Hey. Yeah. Athena, I'm gonna get to all that. And let me just say, welcome everyone. Welcome to my channel. If you're new to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. Hope everyone's had a good weekend. I have been busy, and I happened to catch something that kind of blew me away. So again, as you guys know, I'm new to the case, so it may be something that you guys have already heard. It may be something that you guys know about, or it may be as brand new to you as it is to me, as it was to me. This is not going to be a long live. I'll be done by about 7:30, 7:40, because honestly, I really have a lot to do. I had to remake a bunch of candles because I didn't like the way they came out. So yeah, it's been one of those days. And I went swimming because it's beautiful out. And I'm probably going to go swimming again. So let's get right down to it. Let me say hi, members, Patreon, subs, future Patreons, future subs. Always remember, it's free to hit the thumbs up, and it definitely supports me and helps me out. You can also join Patreon at patreon.com/PURPLEXEDQT. You can always join membership. We need 14 more members for a 100 candle giveaway. Or you can Cash App me or PayPal me, or more importantly, you can buy a candle at, and I keep wanting to say Intrepid, energycandles.com, ENERGIE. But in all fairness, you can go to Intrepid Candles and buy a candle there too. I know we always say it's going to be short, but I don't have like that much to talk about. This just kind of hit me, and I wanted to go live about it. Because again, I don't know if it's out there already. I do not watch Molly. I will not watch Molly. I will not watch Without a Crystal Ball, and I really don't want to watch Justin. So everything that I'm bringing you, I either found elsewhere, I've seen elsewhere, I did my own research, I looked it up, like multiple things of where you're going to get it from. Hey, Grandma. But so if I end up doing stuff that's already been repeated, or you guys are like, yeah, Molly covered that, I just don't know about that. So that's where we're at. But I did come across, now one thing I want to say too, Facebook groups are not reliable. People think that because they say they know someone in a Facebook group, that all of a sudden that makes it legit. Facebook groups used to be amazing, and they used to be packed with information. And then for some reason, Facebook groups became the biggest joke ever. So I happen to catch something that I'm assuming it came from a Facebook group, because it kind of looks like it. And I'm not sure I believe it. And I'm going to let you guys see it and tell me what you guys think. If you know where this came from, I believe it is a Facebook group. This, I'm sure, has been shown. But what it says is, the Vani that I know, I worked incredibly hard, doing all the dishes, laundry, household work, homeschooling before she took them out of K through 12, and taking care of their 5 dogs, all while being accused of being lazy. The Vani that I know always cleaned as much as he could for me and other friends who would go there. He personally cleaned the guest room for me to sleep in while I was there watching the kids while they went to a convention, business vacation. He made it very comfortable. He did this alone. Before and during 2019, he never had seizures, which I was told that's not true. I was told he's always had seizures. He is physically healthy and fit and active. He had a healthy weight and color to him, not the underweight and unhealthy looking person you see today. Of course, he loved her. He wanted to do everything he could to please her. But sometimes that's just not enough for some people. When it's not enough, you burn out trying. He loved his kids. During my visit in 2019, he and Bella were very close, 2 peas in a pod. Both girls them coming home, cards, and both were extremely excited about making their dad something in particular. Bella wrote him a sweet card with a funny poem in it. Boo, aka Oasis, aka something, drew him a card with a wolf on it, his favorite animal, which was also his favorite animal. I remember after watching the kids for a week, as soon as Vonnie and Dre got home, Vonnie folded his hands and said, "Please tell me how you got Raza to sleep every night by 10. Vonnie was eager to give the kids routine and was less chaotic for him since he was doing most of the care while she was live making money. Dre blaming it on their old chiropractor, Dr. Dick or Dr. D, is just to put blame anywhere but within herself. Yes, Vonnie's behavior towards her started to shift in 19. He began standing up for himself and not just taking the shit. Perhaps Dr. D gave him the confidence to do so. He would counsel them at times. He would tell Dre that she needs to let him be a man. So naturally, it's Dr. D's fault for making Vonnie change. No, ma'am, maybe it's because that was the first time another grown man told him that wasn't normal. I cannot keep my mouth shut and not advocate for someone I know is in a lot of pain as a result of his circumstances. I will advocate for him while he's in a coma and not able to advocate for himself." Okay, notice we heard the word coma again. He deserves to be heard and is important for those who know him to hear that voice. I will advocate for him because his family also deserves peace in this situation. Okay. Now, does anyone know where this came from? Hey, Rachel, because I don't know where this letter came from, but it looks like a Facebook post. And I honestly am not sure I believe it. Yes, he wouldn't have seizures to get in the military, but that doesn't mean that he didn't develop them, and that's why he was part of the reason he was honorably discharged. We don't know. I haven't been able to pull up his military records, and I probably will never be able to. But I just feel like this was from... All right, let me rephrase this. If I have a friend that, or someone, a confidant or whoever, that I babysat for, I'm not going to put all these details in a Facebook post. It's just not going to happen. I don't think that most people would put all that in a Facebook post if it was real. Now, again, I'm not saying it's not real, but it just seems odd to me. It just seems like he had a knee injury following by a discharge. Okay. It just seems odd to me that someone who allegedly is close to the family would put all that in a Facebook post. And again, that may not have come from Facebook. I'm just kind of assuming it did, because that's kind of what it looked like. So if anyone can confirm or deny that, let me know. Wanting attention, possibly. Okay, that letter came from a family friend who wished to remain anonymous. Okay, it was sent to Molly directly from the source. Okay, now I'm really calling BS. So 100% calling BS. Didn't need to come from a Facebook post. It came from Molly. It's all I need to know. Now, I'm not saying Molly, had like Molly lied, because I'm not saying that at all. But when I see stuff like that, that to me screams phony, especially when they want to remain anonymous. Here's why. You're sitting there saying, let's pull up the letter for a second, okay? You want to remain anonymous for who? Because you talk about his kids, you give his kids names, you talk about, situations, how long. I didn't mean dishonorable. I meant honorable. you talk about the exact conversations you had. Yeah, I call BS on this letter. Again, not at Molly, because Molly is kind of like Jim. She just, runs with whatever comes out at her and doesn't verify it anyway. Like, this should have been verified, and it probably wasn't. Hey, K-Rocks. So, yeah, thank you for telling me that, Scoop, because I'm not buying this whole letter. People that are truly friends with the family do not write letters like this to random YouTubers. They just don't. There's no reason, if this was real, to send it to Molly Golightly. Sorry, you just don't. This is a letter for the family. This is a letter for, yeah, I'm totally getting rid of this letter. I think it's totally fake. In my other community, we like to make fun of others by saying sources say, because, yeah, exactly. Molly would believe a leprechaun. All right, he had no seizures before the last couple of years. Now, is it possible for anyone that's been in the military or has family in the military, is it possible that, hold on, is it possible that he had seizures and they just didn't want anyone to know about it? Like, military doesn't want to be wrong kind of thing? Is that possible? And that he actually had seizures while in the military, but they didn't want to put it down because he shouldn't have been in the military in the first place? Because, I mean, military will cover stuff up like that. So that's why I'm just wondering if you guys think it's possible that he actually had seizures in the military, but they wanted to cover it up and they gave him a honorable discharge based on that. Possible? What do you guys think about that? Because I don't know, it's just something I thought of when I think of the military. Because the military would cover stuff up like that. They would, be sketchy about stuff like that. Yeah, but he's been dating Dre 12 years or 10 years. Maybe seizures caused from his accident. No seizures till a couple of years ago. Okay. You don't think so? Hey, White Lotus, you were in the military. What do you think? Okay, the girl that wrote that letter told the exact same details on panel on... Oh, so she doesn't want to remain anonymous. So you think Molly pulled that from Without a Crystal Ball? Because if Molly's saying they wanted to remain anonymous and the girl was on Without a Crystal Ball, then there's no anonymity. They wouldn't... I don't know, kid. I think they would. If they could get sued or they can get in trouble. I don't know if we can hide it. Oh, it was a phone call. Yeah, I'm just not buying it. Because if that's the case, why wouldn't you go further? I assume a seizure was a result. No, the seizures happened long before the suicide attempt. Alleged a suicide attempt. And I say alleged for a reason. Okay. Now, just to confirm. Oh, they won't hide seizures? All right, just to confirm, before we get into the business license, all this happened. I just want to make sure my sources are right. He hung himself, she found him, whatever. Was on 5/23, right? May 23rd? Yes? Seizure just recently started not too long ago. Marwan's seizure did not start happening until 2019 when he wanted out of his marriage. Okay. But is that conspiracy or is that fact? Yeah, but he was taking it. Even though she was giving it to him, he was taking it. I mean, if you think your wife is poisoning you, you don't drink whatever they make you. Yeah, see, that's the thing. The seizures are all over the place. And I also, like people keep saying all different reasons. His body rejected all the herbs. Okay. Oh, she definitely provoked them. No doubt about that. I agree with that too. Mixed meds causing the seizures could be she wanted it. I mean, he wanted it. He wasn't sure. Okay, the one on Without a Crystal Ball was an ex-admin of Dre. Okay, so now the story thickens. So an ex-admin of Dre, allegedly, wrote this letter anonymously to Molly? That don't make sense. He's taking an awful lot of kratom, so I've heard. All right, it was a former... Thank you, B. It was a former assistant of hers. She was afraid of being attacked by followers. She was main admin. They were traveling over Mexico. But has Dre confirmed this? Like, has Dre confirmed, Be Botanical, that it was a former assistant of hers and this person is legit? I don't know. I just don't... I want to see proof. See, K-Rocks, I kind of feel that way too. Okay, no, absolutely fact, not a conspiracy. He was also taking Xanax and smuggled from Mexico and had no clue he was taking it. She provided all this info publicly for everyone seeing here. Okay. She was getting other meds from Mexico. Okay, but meds from Mexico shouldn't have been so bad. His uncle said yesterday that he never had seizures when he was young. Okay, that's another thing I heard. I heard that, and guys, correct me if I'm wrong, but I also heard that she, oh my God, now I forgot my train of thought. Oh, that he has not been friends with the family, with his own family for years. For years. That he wanted nothing to do with his family. And I know that it's hard for you guys to decipher, from Molly conspiracy Without a Crystal Ball, but that's what I was told. I also don't understand why she would need to get Xanax from Mexico if he was honorably discharged, because if he was honorably discharged, he would still have medical coverage from the military. So why would she need to get meds at a cheaper rate from Mexico? That doesn't sound right either. He recently reconnected with his family. Do we know that? How do we know that through? That letter is from a military guy who was going on a show tonight. Okay. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm just not buying all of it. And I could be wrong, but he just talked to his family not too long ago and was planning a trip with them. Okay, so how come nobody could lend him money? Oh, you don't need a prescription. Okay. That makes sense. You've been taking more than what he prescribed. Yeah. It's two different stories. The ex-admin on Without a Crystal Ball went to help out Dre when they were living in California and Dre was injured. See, the reason why I'm asking you guys and wanting you guys to keep a open mind, thank you, B. That viewer is right on. Until meds from Mexico were cut off because I think kratom is Xanax. No, I don't think kratom's Xanax. There are lives with them bragging about it. His family and happy about it. Can I put link in chat? I'd have to make you a mod for you to drop a link, but... Alright, I made you a mod. You can drop a link. He had coverage and was... That's what I thought, Kristen. She was a known addict and most likely... Oh, that's true, too. I didn't think of that, Casey. That's a good point. I've watched a lot of her stuff. I haven't watched her TikTok, but I have watched a lot of her stuff. But what I kept feeling is that here you have Molly and Without a Crystal Ball, and they're both going to lie to each other. Like, they're both going to go after views, and you can't get one straight story out of either one of them that is not meant for just clicks and views and money. So that's why I'm glad other people, like, that's why I'm kind of learning this as we go, because it's just so hard to get it from, you know, when those are the only people covering it. Yeah, Kratom is not Xanax. Xanax is Xanax. Kratom is Kratom. Welcome, Text Girl. Those are two totally different drugs. Kratom is a natural... I guess you could say it's a natural Xanax, I guess, for a better way to put it. So, but you know what I mean, Kristen? It's like, it's so hard to figure out what's real and what's not, because they're both going to do things to up one another. Like, it's not about the case. It's about the drama for them. So it's going to be hard to maneuver what's real and what's not. They talked about how the doctor didn't believe them and thought they were addicts. Aha. Okay, so that makes more sense then. Hey, D. That makes total more sense. All right, let me check this out. Oh, something went wrong. Didn't work. Hold on. All right. Hold on. Oh. All right. And Be Botanical, what is this video? Hold on, let me share it.
Oh, I'm in so much pain, man. I'm in so much pain. Oh. And I know I said I would never buy, like, from like one of those smoke shops or whatever, but I had to. I did the other day, but the quality is straight up garbage. And it's more expensive than Herbal Minds. And Herbal Minds, like, their stuff is potent. And what's crazy is even like whenever we went to Flagstaff, like, that's good, but I had to take a lot more in order for it to affect me. I guess, you know, I've always talked about how I love Herbal Mind. Like, you know, what ain't broke don't fix. But I'm kind of glad that I've tried this, because then I even further...
And Be Botanical, that's awesome, because that's exactly what I want for a case like this.
...realize the quality of Herbal Mind, you know what I'm saying? In a non-sketchy area. So I'm going to go over there. Well, I have to Google map it. I'm going to go home so I can take this stuff. Congos. I bought stairs and I bought the soap. Hi, Natalie.
Okay, so I'm assuming she's in Mexico.
How does what work for me? Hi, Shalisa. Aw. Well, this is not going to be a long video. I'm going to keep it kind of short. Because I'm like, man. I feel beat the hell up. Anyways, Vaughn is doing incredible. It's kind of scary how amazing he's doing. It's good. But I'm just like, whoa. To see him be so bad for like 3+ weeks straight. And then recently, we went through that day of like pure hell, and then like even the next day was, oh man, the tension that has been inside my home is just so toxic, just because we were like in a constant state of worry, you know. And Bella, she even wanted to talk to me. It was about something else, but she brought up the fact that, you know, even though she doesn't really talk about it, that, you know, daddy's seizures are really affecting her. trying to think negative, it's like my mind is forcing me to.
See, can I tell you something though? I don't understand why she would have to smuggle. You guys know I had my surgery in Mexico. We drove right over the border. They ask for a birth certificate, ask why you were there, you tell them why you're there, and that's it. They don't search you. They don't, like, I don't understand this whole smuggler stuff. Like, they don't ask to search anything. You just give them your birth certificate and that's it. No, Vaughn didn't pass away.
To be that way, you know? These are dirty as hell. Oh, that's better. Anyways, I am genuinely trying, because for Vaughn to be so good, I'm so grateful. Like, I am so grateful, because damn, he has been bad for a long time. And you know what I'm doing that is like the miracle for Vaughn right now? It's not the valerian root. I started giving it to him throughout the day, because he would always, and I'm talking about, I would never be able to leave the house for a long period of time. The comment would be what is like, and that was stressful AF, because they always give me crap about us doing natural. They force their drugs on my husband. I don't want drugs in his system. Like, that's why it's called a drug. It's a drug. What do drugs do? They kill you. Like, I don't even want to give him rescue medications, but I have to stop a seizure, or else they won't stop. But the frankincense oil, holy crap, like just a few drops, and it's diluted, just a few drops under his tongue and he's good. Like, it's crazy. I'm better able to sleep at night. Like, I'm not stressed, you know, about him whenever I go to bed. And I think I can handle anything life gives me, as long as my husband and my kids are healthy. But my kids, I don't even worry about. Like, my kids are good. Especially their eating habits. My daughter, who Boo is like just like me, and you know, typically can get depressed, and you know, she and then me, I've lost now almost 30 pounds. I've lost 29 pounds. It's crazy. It's crazy how much our bodies are benefiting health-wise. Like, can you imagine all this sickness that everybody has, including me? That's not what we're supposed to.
See, but here's the thing. Does she realize what she's doing is wrong, or does she not even realize it? She's throwing a fit about. I'll get to that, B. You told me to watch this one.
Having, okay? Like, and it's not just because we're sinful. Possibly why they say shit needs to take 3 pills 3 times a day. And I'm like, what? Like, okay, I'm glad that it's telling me what they feel is wrong or whatever. But no, if it's prostate, boom, I'm gonna be giving him Sperm Vitality from the Alkaline Goddess. And the second one was allergy, really, like he needed help with his allergies because whatever, food poisoning, whatever, he needs an allergy supplement, and that's why they recommended taking this 3 times a day, whatever. No, Crystal has the allergy relief tea. So, and then hold on, sorry, I didn't want to tell this to Vaughn, but what biofeedback had recently picked up was that he has.
Let me just state, she has really nice teeth. I mean, she's close up. She has like perfect teeth. Just saying.
What is it called? Something. They're like benign picked up, and that makes so much sense that it's excreting excess hormones, because every time he's at the hospital, they say there's issues with your thyroid. They even did an ultrasound one time of his thyroid because the blood adenomas. So if his and that's all connected. His prostate, his thyroid, like all that's connected, right? So now I'm giving him Sperm Vitality, and I was talking to Vaughn, and he thought I was giving him Sperm Vitality this whole time. And I was like, nah, because when you order that tea from Crystal, like if your man is having issues like getting an erection, you can give him that tea and it will help. Okay, so let me repeat that just in case any mujeres are here and y'all are having issues in the bedroom. There is a tea for a man that helps with his prostate health. It helps with sperm count. It helps, like if your man has had a vasectomy, she has teas that can help to like rebuild.
JT, no, I haven't.
Everything or whatever. Like I always feel not stopping his seizure, so I'm just gonna have him on those 3 teas, and that's what I'm gonna be giving him. Is Sperm Vitality and allergy relief twice a day, and 1 time Golden Goddess. Man, I just feel like we are on the right path to getting him. Is my heating pad off? Sure is. Oh man, I just feel like we're on the right path, and I also feel like You know, this is why it's so important to keep calm. You know, whenever I was, that day, that was like pure hell, probably be able to help me too. Trauma, I don't remember which one it was, and I'm like, oh my gosh, because I just told the lady who was at the, you know, the herbs to oils, that's what happened. That's what I truly believe. It's, man, it's a lot. It's a lot. Anyways, so if Fawn didn't have such a bad, hard time the way he did, you know, then I don't know if I would have had Frank. As gentle as it is, it's too back at his grandparents, and then she has more kids, keeps them, and so much. He loves her so much, and that's something that, you know, is just part of. They treated Vaughn like crap, man. There's some bullies. The military is straight up bullies. Straight up bullies. It's just insane. Like, I grew up hearing the stories from my dad about these people, and I'm like, what? Or sometimes even, oh my gosh, the way that my dad would talk to people, I'm like, whoa. When we seen the acupuncturist, she even said, like, him struggle mentally at all for the past.
All right, let me ask you guys a question. Drug addicts in here, ex-drug addicts in here specifically. Tell me this, all right? If you, let's say, all right, even if he was honorably discharged, he can't do drugs or anything. The VA maybe test him and stuff. Do you think it's possible she really was being sincere and was looking for an alternative than pharmaceuticals? Because all I keep thinking about listening to her is like when Phoenix's doctor wanted to put him on Percocet, 3 or 4 Percocets a day with unlimited refills. That wasn't happening. But I don't know more than a doctor, but I wasn't allowing that to happen. Do you see what I'm saying? So I found alternative medicine for him that worked beautifully. You see what I'm saying? So I keep, when I'm hearing her, I keep thinking, like, is it possible that it is alternative, like she was just looking for an alternative medicine for her husband because she didn't want to deal with pharmaceutical drugs. And I'm not saying that's the case. I'm saying that's kind of the feeling I'm getting. And I agree with you. Seizures are on a different level. But if she's trying to cure the seizures by using, what's his name? Who? My Phoenix's doctor. The best orthopedic in where we live. But you know what I'm saying, though? Like, is it possible? Oh, they told him take up to 4 a day with unlimited refills for probably 6 months. Every time we went to the doctors, do you need a refill? Do you need a refill? And I know she's not a doctor, but I'm saying that if they had him on, maybe, just maybe, in her heart of hearts, she thought that she was helping the seizures. Like, do you think maybe she didn't realize that she was causing the seizures? Possibly? I don't know. Just listening to her, that's the one thing I thought of. Be Botanical, can you drop that other link, please? It's all the way up, and I wasn't able to grab it. The second link. But I'm saying, do you think she automatically, consciously knew she wasn't doing right? Or do you think... See, Tina, that's why... That's the exact reason it makes me think that maybe she doesn't know that what she's doing is wrong. Because she did give it to the kids. Thank you. Shit, I just did that again. Hang on. All right.
We're gonna go to the bathroom.
God, look how much heavier she was. Wow.
There. Hola, you guys. I really don't have to go to the bathroom. I know I can pee, but I just need a vent really quick. Really, really quick. Oh my gosh. So last night, yeah, I lifted.
Empress, when I say unlimited refills, I don't mean like he could call up and get 12 a month. I'm saying that every time we went to the doctor, it was like, you need more refills? Do you need another refill? That's what I mean.
2 minutes from Mexico. Hi, Vivian. Oh, I'm so excited for my ponchos. Love the sunset pics. Thank you, Danielle. Yeah, I can tell he's not going to have a seizure anymore. Last night was really stressful and scary, but I didn't want to like really get dressed up. Cynthia, I'm so happy you're here. I love you. Sorry if I don't look very excited.
I just gotta go. At least so I don't feel like I'm lying.
So, oh my God, Libby, you're gonna make me cry. I'm so happy you're here. Just warning you, because y'all are new. Like, we personal up in here. I always go pee. I take a shower with y'all. Like, we are live all the time. I'm just really like, it was stressful. And then, you know, whenever he gets like that, he doesn't want to take medicine, like the natural herbs that will help him. So he was refusing to take valerian root, more of it. And so I just, what am I gonna do? Just, you know, just pray that whenever I wake him up in the morning, he'll take more. And he did. I woke up at like 8 something and I gave him more valerian root and he...
That's something Molly would do.
So, anyways, like he was literally sitting on his closet. I'm just tired, man. It was just, you know, and I don't want to seem stressed to him. But I can tell he's not going to have a seizure anymore. And he's in the clear. I'm just stressed because I don't know why he got bad all of a sudden. I'm wondering if it was the alcohol, you know? But he's happy now, like he's good. And I don't know if it was just the valerian root or y'all's prayers or what. But I'm just a little bit stressed because he does want to drink. He ordered a margarita and I just don't want it to affect him, you know? But like he's already, it says we're paused. Oh no. Thank you. I know what I want now.
And Johnny, I am so right there with you on that. I think her kids seem well-mannered. They're calm. They're not all over the place. I don't see any reason why CPS would take them out of the home at this point. I mean, her kids seem like they're in good shape. Just saying. Do you get a legal responsibility for dispensing pharmaceuticals if she's getting them from Mexico and not a regular doctor, then yeah, that's a big difference.
What are you getting?
Caldo de queso. I always get that when I come here. Let me show you.
Oh, that's cool.
No, it's okay, because I should have said cheese soup.
No, you said it the right way. I said it the American way.
Hopefully I won't lose reception again.
All right, let me just clear this up, though. From day one, I watched her video for the very first time and said she is a screaming narcissist who probably did do something. But what I'm trying to do is stay away from the bullshit conspiracy theories, and I'm trying to look at everything from all different angles. So understand that I'm not coming to you preaching like she didn't do anything. I think she's a screaming narcissist, and I think that she's got a lot of issues. But I don't know everything about the case, but I do know that the people on the case currently are drama whores, and they'll go at each other just for who's going to get more views. So that's why I'm keeping my chat as a open discussion, pretty much, that, you know, maybe we're missing something. Maybe we need to look at something. That's what I'm saying. So anyone coming in new, now you understand why.
Yeah, good. Thank you. Hey. Thank you for the flowers, Danielle. And nachos only. Huh? I'm so happy with my stuff.
Real talk though, I've been thinking about going back and getting that green room. Or the brown. That has the green right, it has the rating on it, and it has the 2 little metal butterflies on it.
We can go back. I don't remember. I won't remember.
And so when I was looking at, you were like, what is the word?
Oh.
And it had the house on it with the balloons.
Oh, that one. I love that one.
I keep thinking about it. Like, I really want to know how to get that.
You should.
It's so pretty. I want to I keep thinking of you like in the house that you're with cut doors and the windows. And the windows and you going live.
See, but the one thing I look at is motive. Like, just like in any true crime, hey, Athena, any true crime, you want to think motive. What is her motive? Dre's legal responsibility for dispensing drugs as if she is a medical professional is the issue. And I agree with that. I absolutely agree with that. Hush Puppy, you obviously do not know the people that are reporting on this. Obviously. Because for you to say that tells me that you have no clue who these people are. I do. Most of my chat knows who these people are too. So just because you're fooled, most of us aren't. So anyway, going back to what I was saying, you have to look at motive. True crime has a motive. If she was going to kill him, all right, if she wanted to kill him, she would benefit a lot more than this way. If she was after money, there would be a reason she was after money and he'd be better off dead. However, if she was legit trying to stop him from getting seizures and she thought this was the only way how, then, and I agree with you, Ruby, and not that this was the only way how, what is her motive? It wasn't money or she would have legit killed him. So, control, yes, absolutely.
Clearly I'm stressed, but it's hot. It's really hot, and my body is like, it's hot here. And I can't deal with like, dang, OMG, restart the phone. Like, bitch, who do you think you're talking to?
Who, Dre does? Or you mean, okay. Hush Puppy, then go back to Molly. And because that's where you belong. Bye-bye.
You know, but I can't say that over there on that page. You know, so I'm like, ma'am, calm down. Take a deep breath. Thank you, Cynthia. It means a lot to me. I'm so excited to wear this. Oh yeah, and then in Mexico, right, Danielle. In Mexico, they're gonna tell you a really, really high price. Naturally, you know, you have to bargain. That's what it is. You bargain. You know, people. I don't know. It's just a different. This is so cute. This baby Frida. Oh, it has word. Nada es más valioso que la risa. Nada es más. What does that mean? What does this mean? Right? Nada es más valioso. Nothing is more valuable que la risa. What's risa? They expect people to bargain. Yeah. I can't.
It's crazy too. They're so helpful.
Yeah.
Okay, now let me also state, when we went into after surgery and we had to go to a Mexican pharmacy to get our drugs, we needed prescriptions. So she's probably buying the shit right off the street. She's not walking into a pharmaceutical and buying drugs. I really don't believe that. I pretty sure she's buying it off the streets. And who knows what's in it.
Because if you take them somewhere, that place gives them a commission. That's why they're so friendly like that, because they want you to go to certain people sometimes. and they'll walk you there so that the person gives them a commission.
Wise guys, I do agree with that. I've said that, I think I said that yesterday, that I do believe that she may have wanted to kill him, possibly.
Yeah. Yeah.
No way. That's the way to do things, though. Like, dang.
Nothing is more valuable.
Daffodil, I'm going to get to that next because I really think that that plays a part in it. But when did the transfer change? Why would she want to get rid of her husband because she looks good? But does she really want to get rid of him? Or does she just want the sympathy of him being brain dead and she's the grieving wife who's got to take care of him? I was going to get to that after I show the business license.
Than laughter. I need to learn how to make tortillas.
You know how to make tortillas?
I've never made tortillas. I want to though.
Yes, you tortilla.
We've made the memorial bread, but
Oh, you're talking about making it from scratch.
isn't it so cute?
Scared the hell out of me.
Athena, I agree with that.
Did they already take over?
Con permiso.
Tina, I learned last night from Tyler that that's a Jesus thing. Jesus would take his saliva and rub it on people and it cured him. So that's where she got it from, her God complex.
Hi, we want to order food. We want to order food.
Anything, I know how to stitch. And so,
I want you to fix it then. That will mean a lot more to me.
it's okay. I didn't see the eagle. Oh, I saw that on the front of it. It's like the Up. It's the Up movie. Yeah, there's an apron. But there's one I've been really eyeing, and I'm gonna get that one too for her. She is.
I'm just happy you're doing good. It's not your fault. It's not your fault.
Hey, Katrina. Me neither, curious.
I hate you going through that. I'm just happy you're okay now. Well, that's good. You drink a lot of water.
Hey, Robert. Be botanical. What exactly am I looking for in this video? Because it's like 3/4 over.
I'm gonna do you so good when we get home. The girl's gonna be gone. Like, honestly, I might even just tell Kathleen, go ahead and take Rosa anyways. So that we can have the house to ourselves. I would love that.
so I wasn't too worried about it. It just stung a little bit. That was it.
You have so many battle scars. Baby, the house looks so good. You really outdid yourself yesterday. Like, damn. It's so nice. At first, I was thinking that their dad can just come to our house. I mean, I don't know how you would feel about that. But they're not. They have a hotel room. I was just wondering because if we're, God forbid, I do have to take you to the hospital, then we're going to be there for a long time. The girl's dad, like, he's only here for today. So I don't know. Like, I need the girls to be with Raza, so I didn't know how it was going to happen if something went down. I was thinking maybe him and his wife can just be at our house if you were comfortable with it. But they have a hotel room. What is it?
Weird ass man out here.
Danielle, you both need some alone time to smash them spiders. The show do. Aw, Jan Juice. I love you. Do you want me to hold it when we cross over? I could put it in my food bag. I would rather it be on me, because if God forbid, like I would want to get in trouble. Not you.
Yeah, I'm a black dude from the south. I'm definitely going down.
Yeah. I'm so happy for the one you're gonna buy me. Which one's this one?
That's the one that you had.
This is the Earl and Pearl one?
Yeah.
I miss Earl so much.
I picked up his stomach today. Look at the sauce. And his stomach had flung out.
Heather, Xanax, yeah. Do they search you?
Everybody.
Do they search you when you walk over? No. I was just telling Vaughn because we're by a casino and it has like a lazy river, dude.
I would like to take a picture.
Yeah, me too. So I don't know if I want to go today because they're gonna be, and the girls are gonna see their bio dad.
Like I was thinking like on a day that you're not gonna be.
You want to do tomorrow? Because I do want to go live because my cells are way down.
That's fine because I still got some work I want to finish.
Oh yeah, it's coming, baby. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Oh, baby.
It's just like the picture.
Wow. There's no metal detectors or whatever. I just hope there ain't no dogs, okay? Do you have to have a prescription there? No. But even if we did see a doctor and we had a prescription, they'd still give us trouble, so y'all get ready for some bail money, okay? Oh, can I have cilantro? You really can just get anything from prescription.
The music that came on when you started showing it.
It's perfect. Perfect timing. Because I want to take it with me because I'm going.
Okay, I'm going to guess from the video that she had just started this diet and he wasn't on it yet. Does that sound about right? Because she's eating tofu soup and he's eating fried shrimp. So I'm assuming he hadn't started yet.
I'm supposed to be going to get my teeth pulled in like 2 weeks. Oh no. Don't get your teeth pulled. Wait, Rima, where in Mexico are you going? You do, Nancy. Listen, only slave mafia that I trust. Like, Rima, I trust you, girl. If you had to come to Mexico, I would come with you. But I don't know where you would go. He's praying. Baby, you're so cute when you pray.
Okay. Couple things I have to say about these. Let's put something else out. Oh, they hadn't started it yet. All right. Let's put something else out there. She didn't seem like a total narcissist in this video. She seemed kind of normal. You think it's possible that her narcissism and wanting him gone happened after she lost all the weight? Yeah, Vaughn did look healthy. You think that's possible? But he, also remember, he had a choice. He chose to take whatever he was taking. He knew he lost muscle tone. He had to have known. Hey, Amy. So, I can't blame her 100%. I don't know if she believed the bullshit that was coming out of her mouth. You know what I mean? Yeah, she got obsessed with the lifestyle. She looks better than she did prior. So it's very possible that she believed in what she was doing. They were vegan for a year or so and then went alkaline vegan. Well, he definitely wasn't eating a vegan meal. I mean, fried shrimp is definitely not vegan. I think she's been a narcissist a long time. No, he didn't choose. She coerced him. And she may have coerced him, but he's still... I mean, I guess in the military you take orders and stuff, so maybe he was just kind of doing orders. But I don't know. Was he that much of a wuss? I mean, that he couldn't stand up for himself? Now, I did hear the audio where she had the audio between them. I heard this on Molly's channel, actually. There was a videotape where he was asking for $2,000 and she said, absolutely not. I don't want you to leave or whatever. So maybe she was slowly killing him, or I'm giving her too much credit, but I kind of feel like that maybe she wasn't doing it on purpose, and maybe she really was thinking that she was going to cure him until the end, possibly. But let me show you guys this, because the whole point of this video I haven't even shown yet. He felt trapped. Well, he did feel trapped if he had no money. All right, so check this out. Okay, so she filed for a business license on... Hang on. All right. So she filed for a business license on 4/27 of this year. Her and a partner started a limited liability company, Purpose, in California, and they were calling it My Mother's Garden. Okay? Now remember the dates that I'm going to show. 4/27. Then has her name and a partner's name, manager and member. Okay? Again, California limited liability. There's her name. So we know this is her. Signature was her partner on 5/23. 5/23 is the day that all this happened. Is the day that she found him at 8 something in the morning. I think it was like 8:23 in the morning. $523 at 11:34. They're filing for a business license. Hello? Your husband committed suicide or tried to take his own life this morning, and you cut him down. You couldn't wait a minute before you filed? Because if the court has it stamped at 11:34, this happened earlier. This would have happened hours before they file it. So you would think that you would call your business partner. Look, hold up, I have this, I have that. Yeah, filed a couple of hours after it happened. But what I'm saying is the courts don't stamp that and file it immediately. It was stamped on the 23rd at 11:34 is when it was actually filed. I just think it's a little odd of when it was filed. Could be coincidence. Maybe not. But I don't know. I just feel like there's a deeper meaning to it. And the business license was filed on 5/23. What does the time difference matter? I don't understand the time difference. The property was in Vaughn's name because he'd get a VA loan. Yeah, California would use their own timestamp. That's why I don't understand the timestamp difference. Synchronicity? Also in our hometown. What do you mean? That's what I'm saying. I found that very odd. That the business license is filed in the same day. She didn't call to stop it. I don't know. The emergency services arrived at 8:15. So how does that add up? California's 3 hours ahead. 3 hours ahead of what? Of Georgia? No, it's 3 hours behind. I can see if I can get them to, is there an email? Yeah, you can send it to laura@intrepidcandleco.com. Yeah, California's 3 hours behind of East Standard Time. That's what I'm saying. Premeditation. See, that's what a lot of people think, that this was premeditated. It was to Lot. And I agree, certain things just don't add up with her. He gets up at 7:15, lethargic in her words, and brushes his teeth and goes and hangs himself in his PJs. No way. See, but I tend to think, like, could she have tried to kill him? And just use that story as a cover-up? They're in Arizona. Arizona's not a 3 hour difference from California. It's a 1 hour difference. Filed by the business partner, I'd like to know her story, then given on 5/23. And I agree with that. Curry says applied on 4/27, approved 5/23. Coincidence. So you think it is a coincidence? See, I didn't see the whole thing, but you might be right on that. They applied and it just so happened to have been approved. I think exactly what happened. Oh, that she tried strangling him? That's possible. No, her business partner did it. Maybe waited till he had... Oh, that's a good point, too. Because, remember, he didn't want anything to do with her. He wanted absolutely nothing to do with her. Like, he was even willing to sleep in the shed. No, she signed it. By signing, I affirm... I just wanted to double check that. But no, they signed it on 5/23. It wasn't just filed. Because I thought I was wrong when you guys said that, Curious. And I'm like, uh-oh, now I'm going to look like an idiot. So I wanted to double check. No, they signed it on 5/23. So it wasn't just filed on 5/23. They did something by electronic signature on 5/23. She had to appear to sign. Not according to this. She did it online, electronic signature. I agree with that too, Crime Watch. No, this was done electronically by a partner. Well, the detectives closed the case. All this stuff about the case is reopened, no, it's not. I have not been able to find any solid proof that this case was reopened. Yeah, you can. No, the point I was making, Robert, is that I agreed with Curious AF for a minute, thinking that, oh my God, I look like an idiot because it was, they can't help the day that the courts filed it, which would have been on the 23rd. But that doesn't add up because they needed someone's signature on 5/23. So something happened on 5/23 where they gave a signature. And I agree there's more to a situation than we know. Be careful, Tina. Family said he was ready to leave her. Yes, he was ready to leave her. There's video of that. There's audio of that he wanted to leave. He was sick and tired of her. He asked her for $2,000 to get a hotel. She told him no. She said, absolutely will not. See, Be Botanical, I haven't got proof of that. The only proof that I have seen is that the case is closed and it's not reopened. I heard it's only reopened from the drama whores are saying it's reopened, but the police have said it is closed. Applying for a business license offer comes after the LLC filing, but given the coincidental date, it could mean more. Do you know what the business was actually engaged in? I believe it's her regular business. I mean, she is an influencer. She has almost 700,000 Facebook subscribers. She also charges $9.99. And in order to comment on her videos, you have to be a $9.99 subscriber. And yeah, and there are videos, she has 2,000 comments. So do the math. That's what people have told me. I can't find anything that says the cops reopened it. Other than the drama whores are the only ones that are saying the cops reopened it. She also knew by then he had no brain activity. Oh, absolutely. But from the way she looks on camera with him, I don't doubt for 1 second that she would have signed this on the 23rd. And, thinking like he's like a doll. Just like there's a lot of confusion over his life support. Some people say he's on it. Some people say he's not on it. Some people say that there's audio tape stating he wanted a divorce, Lindsay. There's actual audio tapes of Von and Dre talking. And it shows that he wants out and she wouldn't lend him money. I could probably pull it up. Hold on. Word is they're ready to reopen. Oh, word is they're ready to reopen. Word from who, though? That's the problem. What did they investigate in? Do they think that she actually killed him? Or do they think that it's possible it's closed as a suicide? See, and someone I know called the police station and they said it was closed. I just Googled him and there's no new information or that even mentioned the case being reopened. That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. Did Molly call them on a live, or did she, and everyone heard them say that, or did she call not on a live? I agree, Empress. But that's what I'm saying. There's audio of it. You are right. Okay, so Marissa didn't do that on a live. Like, she didn't call on the live. Because, like, if she called the police station on a live and everyone heard it, I'll keep my mouth shut. But that's not what I'm seeing. No, it's not a licensed worker. I believe it had to be someone connected to Dre. I don't, like I said, I got that from somebody. I don't know how accurate it was, but it looked pretty accurate. I believe that maybe a lot of the info is yet to be disclosed. No, I think a lot of the info is a bunch of BS, to be honest. There's a body cam footage. If there was something, they would not have closed it. I agree with that too. Monica, that I don't know. Senior reporters are home. This is a big deal. A senior reporter will get the story. Well, not necessarily. He didn't die. He's still alive. Was alive. She's deleted, but she has insiders that are against her now. It's according to family because of Dre's. Yeah, family will say anything though. Family's making a lot of money. Let's put that out there too. I heard, and again, I heard this. I know, and then I heard that the biological mom will not talk to her anymore or something. I don't know. I've gotten bits and pieces. But let me look for that recording, because that I know exists, because I heard that myself. All right.
Take a look and listen. I've also posted presents.
Anyways, whenever he was here, but he had a physical, and so anyways, whenever he was here, it was
appointment and him. So yeah, anyways, I kept my phone on silent. So in the morning, like I woke up to a text message, something about like, can I come in to take a shower? And then I heard Jacob barking. So I open the door and I look outside and Vaughn's there. So he comes in, gets ready for his appointment. And because he had an appointment that day, I don't know how, or if he just like all of a sudden tried to start a process getting reevaluated for his VA check, which I really think that's what he was doing and why he set up an appointment. But he had a physical. And so anyways, whenever he was here, it was just so awkward and weird and bad. It was just like, it was bad. So but there was no fighting. It was just really awkward and weird. But then I had asked him like if he can help me like with a printer, because I ran out of shipping labels and there was just a whole mess. Like this has been one of the worst weeks in my life for real. And like Like, it's crazy the amount of problems that I've been having with the printer and whatever else. Like, first I ran out of shipping labels, and then, you know, I couldn't get the printer to work and needed new ink. And then he was trying, well, I didn't know it needed new ink. He was trying to help me and set it up and whatever, and it print off like one shipping label, and then whatever, it didn't work. Anyways, I was just like, no, it's totally okay. Once we figured we needed new ink, and I told him, like, not to even bother. It's okay, because I knew he had his appointment and I didn't want to stress him out with, like, going to the store or whatever. So then he goes to his appointment and then comes back talking about his doctor's appointment. And what he had discussed was like, hey, you know, oh yeah, because he came home and he was determined that he was going to go check himself into the hospital. Like, that's what he was going to do. So whenever he went to the appointment, he told me he had talked about, like, going to the psych ward because my wife says that I probably have PTSD, blah, blah, blah. And basically what he said is that the doctor laughed. Like, there was no way. The patients that were out in the hallway definitely have PTSD. And, you know, this guy that just walked out, like, this is how he acts, and this is the sign or whatever. Like, first of all, HIPAA violation, hello. And number two, laughing at my expense. Like, that's not funny at all. And then Vaughn, or he asked Vaughn, like, you know, have you been through trauma, whatever? He was like, no, like, I lived a pretty good childhood. Like, even though I wasn't raised by my mom, like, it was good because I was with my grandparents and there was nothing bad or traumatic. And then the doctor was like, oh, well, has your wife been through some trauma? It was like, oh yeah, quite a bit. Like, all her life she's been through traumatic events. And then he was like, oh, well, then she's the one that needs to come and see the psychiatrist. And I'm like, wait to my next appointment. And I was like, oh, okay, sure, definitely. But I'm going to let you know, like, might be a time where I deal with them again because I'm being triggered back to them. If anything, because I've been through trauma, never argued back with him. It was more like a plea, like, no, this is not what I mean. No, this is not what I feel. Like, always trying to, like, you can take my bed. Like, I will get out of my room. He leaves, and then we were convinced that he wasn't coming back. Like, I went live for Crafts with Cray. We had like this mukbang or whatever. And this was so extreme for us. Like, I don't want you in the shed. I don't even want you in the house. Like, you have to go. Like, this cannot continue at all. He was like, I don't know where to go. I don't have anywhere to go. I'm just like, oh my God. Like, so anyways, he had messaged me prior as to why my car was in the driveway, which what he meant was because whenever I went live for a training in the consultant group, I was talking about the situation. And so I needed help with keeping Raza quiet. So, you know, our very long driveway, I backed up the car to like the very entrance of our driveway so that, number one, I can have my lights on and it's going to light up our driveway. And that way the kids can be outside with Congo and Jacob so that they're protected. I didn't let them go past a certain line, and then I didn't want cars to pull up into our driveway, so I put it right there. But it was still there, like, after my, you know, training group. I didn't remove it or like bring it back in. So then after I'm talking to him, like, and I told him, because he refused to leave. So I said, Vaughn, okay, listen, if you go in that house, you have to promise me. And not even me. Promise the kids, and don't even say it verbally, in your head. You have to promise that you are not going to leave again, because this instability and irregularity, like, and the screaming matches and us thinking you're leaving, like, that is a lot for me and a lot for them. And so he just like threw his head back and stayed looking up. And so I'm just like, oh my gosh. So while I walked away to go and bring the car in, he freaking walks in the house. Like, I wasn't ready for him to come in the house. We weren't even done talking. Like, I was just going to move the car back in, and I had told him that I was going to do it. So I didn't just walk away out of nowhere.
All right. So she says you're renting a new house. He said, please don't ask the girls any questions, but yes, hopefully we'll be able to move in soon. I'm sorry, this wasn't what I was looking for. Or I don't know who's who. I just asked Boo where you were going. She said you were probably going to check out a new house. Our account is dry and there is no shared savings at all. I don't have a job and you're withholding all income. All right, so he's gray. I can't even buy a sandwich if I wanted to. I just want to know why you're doing this to me. Even before all this, as if you're plotting this all along. She says, right, just asked, huh? Then just more bills then. Isn't something you said you signed. That's good. You need to stop buying things that you can easily get or make at home. A lot of the purchases are a complete waste of money. And yes, you did have a job, but you theoretically quit. Months, something. Somehow you're going to turn this against me and blame this on me like you're doing with everything else. I don't even know who you are. I just need me and my baby safe. He says, you've been taking money out. You've been taking our money and putting it into a separate account long before last month. You've been depriving me of stuff long before this. Actually, all this started happening when we first got that building. You telling me you've been building a security blanket for yourself for a long ass time, but I get jumped on for opening up a $25 account for the VA. That I was going to tell you about as well. I understand now. She says, see what I mean? You would rather believe a lie than that you make up than what is truth. Marvon, this account was barely made less than 4 months ago, and never would I. When I made a separate account, it was because he wouldn't be able to save money. He would always spend and think, okay, this is confusing because he was gray. So how did she all of a sudden become gray? He would always spend and think that he could do whatever he wanted because there's money in savings and we can transfer. In 4 months, I was able to save 18 grand. 4 freaking months. I need a new car. We need to get this carpet ripped up. The house needs rearranging, etc. He thinks that he can just take a trip to Savannah and have all expense paid vacation because there is money in savings. I didn't have a savings account to build up just in case me and him didn't work out. He is so hurtful, dude. All right, I don't understand how she went from green to gray. And where's the rest of this? Sketchy.
Totally understood he's taking his computer, and like that pissed me off. There was just like no way he can take his computer. Like that's hell no. Like, dude, I need to get these packages out. This was on a Thursday because I finally, because on Tuesday when I ran out of shipping labels, I immediately ordered some on Amazon, and I couldn't get like overnight shipping or whatever. So they came on Thursday, and this was Thursday, and I needed to, that night I was going to finish with the packages, but everything is connected to his computer. And I was like, Vaughn, you cannot take your computer. Like, I need it to be able to finish these packages. Like, people are waiting on their order. So I'm going to take it. Like, hell no. Like, you're not going to have my computer. You told me to pack up everything that I need or pack up all of my stuff. And I was like, no, I told you to pack up everything that you need. And like, this is for business. Like, I'm not even wanting your computer for myself. Like, this is literally because people paid money to get this jewelry and I need to get it to them. Call 911, and I was like, listen, like, my husband, he's having another outburst. This is what's going on, blah, blah, blah. I told him, like, I need you guys to come here. Like, he's scaring me. He's scaring my kids. This has been going on. So finally, police come, and at this point, he's already taken his computer, put everything in the truck, and they're talking to him. And like, the police this time were not like the ones last time. They did not care that whatever was going on, because, you know, he owns this house, so they can't legally tell him to leave. They also can't tell him to leave his computer, like nothing at all, like literally. So, and because he didn't put his hands on me, they're not going to do anything. But like the officers last time, they were talking about, you know, disorderly conduct, and someone would go to jail for that. So I was thinking, like, I need him to be arrested, like, at this point. Spending more money on this dude with...
Okay. I think I just figured out motive. Part of her motive she didn't want him dead, but she didn't want him to be able to take anything. So, yeah, setting Vaughn up. So if she got him immobilized or in a vegetative state, which I don't think anybody could really know for sure, she would still be able to access and get all of his stuff without him being dead. But then again, she would have a lot more money if he was dead.
Now that he knows about the account, like, he is spending money like crazy. You know, $50 at Walmart here, $50 at Walmart there. Like, it's just ridiculous. Like, no regard for a budget, no regard for the amount of work that I have to put in just to pay these bills. Like, nothing at all. So
yes, but if she just wanted money, she would have made sure he was dead. She would have made out a lot better if he did die, because she would get VA benefits, she would get sympathy, she would get his military pension if it was an honorable discharge. She would get all of that. She would be much better off if he was dead.
Anyways, I got him in this hotel or whatever, and so he hasn't been back to the house. Like, we hear him drive by all the time, and he's driving by to check the mail. The reason why he's checking the mail is because the car is not removed. He keeps checking it every single day. So all the time, the kids are like, oh, daddy's here. The dogs are barking, going crazy, because this truck is really loud because of the engine and the exhaust. So we hear it when he just drives by. Like, it's been such a mess, but he hasn't come back to the house. So I ordered a printer off of Amazon, just a brand new printer, not another Rollo, not the cords, nothing, just another printer, and it's going to get here tomorrow. But I'm just like, literally, I cannot make this garbage up. It's just problem after freaking problem. Like, everything in the world is preventing me from getting these packages out. Like, I haven't been answering my messages on Blingin' on a Budget because I'm so afraid. Like, you know the anxiety that I get when answering messages. But people are upset, and it's like, I can't handle, like, I can't deal. Like, it's such an embarrassment to me. It's such an embarrassment to my business. And this could have all been prevented if he literally left his computer. Like, literally. I don't think he purposely took the cords to the Rollo, but he was so in a rush to get out of here because the cops were coming that he accidentally took it. And it's been a nightmare. Go to his appointment this morning at 8:30, and he was there.
You guys didn't hear that. I agree with Amanda. I heard that too. The doctors tried to get her to pull the plug when it first happened, and she wouldn't do it, which kind of made me think, well, why wouldn't she do it? She would be better off if he was dead, but I'm starting to think this wasn't about money. I don't know what it's about, but I don't think it was about money.
For a very long time. It lasted about a couple of hours, and then he also said that he's going to go to the college on Monday. It's just really weird. So he says that he accidentally, like, he was holding himself up with his elbow, and it's just so hard to believe that all that happened. Like, the door literally broke off.
And thank you, B Botanical. Money off tragedy without truth.
I'm pretty sure that he really hit it. And so last night we got into another argument, but it didn't, like, escalate to, like, yelling or him, and I don't want him. And she literally just came to apologize that she didn't respond to my text message whenever I asked her to pick me up for the meeting. Like, something so minimal. Like, I walked up to her and I was like, I couldn't believe it was her. Like, I didn't understand why she was here at my house. So I was like, what are you doing here? But me, I was more like shocked and like, how did this happen? Like, this is crazy that she pulls up at the time I needed to leave the most. And she was like, oh, Mija, I just wanted to apologize for this, that, and the other. I was like, oh my God, that's okay, please. Like, is it okay if we go with you? And she was like, sure, like, all of you guys. I'm like, yes, please. Like, can we please go with you? So
that I'm not sure about, Annie, but she did say in one of her videos, in one of her recent videos, I think it was deleted, that they're teaching her how to do everything So, I mean, you can't stay in a hospital forever, especially if you're brain dead. So, if she was being honest, then they're probably going to send him home with her, which is even scarier. Oh, absolutely, Athena.
She said yes. So then we go into her car and she takes us to our house, and I am just like crying the whole way, like bawling my eyes out. There, and the kids are watching TV, and I just kind of tell her what's going on. She was like, that was Jehovah, because all day I've been thinking that I need to go and check up on you. Like, I just need to go and apologize, just head over to your house. And she says, Mija, I never do that. Like, I never just stop at people's houses for a text message, and especially this late at night. Like, it just doesn't happen. I was like, this was Jehovah, because something in me felt like I needed to leave right away, and then you just happened to pull up. I told her we literally had nowhere to go. So then whenever we come home a little bit later, like, he's staying in the den, and that's good. You're talking to me, like, I just feel like maybe we should just be texting each other.
Now, also, is it possible that she just felt that she outgrew him and it was easier to get him dead than divorced? That she thought she was so much better than he was? Possible?
As our way of communicating. And he went into the den, and then I shut the door, and he didn't want it shut, so we were exchanging text messages.
Thank you, JT. That's the word I was looking for. That she may not have wanted to kill him, but may go to just cripple him. I don't know if she meant to kill him or not. I'm not going to say either way.
But I told him, because one, I don't believe him, like, at all, like, that he was just went to the store to get medicine.
So now that you have heard
Went to the store to get medicine.
All right. Can you please send me your reasons on why I need to see a therapist? That way I can let them know what you see that I don't. I want to help if you say I need it, but I can't go in not knowing why. I know we talked a bit of it, but I don't remember except for PTSD of childhood. That is all you need. They will ask you questions, and it is their job to figure it out. If you need me to go, I think that would be even better. But I think you speaking without any interference from me might help you accept it better. He says, I agree with you not coming for now. Okay. See, in Crazy Italian Lady, I heard last night that he was off the ventilator. So it's so confusing because you get so many mixed stories. And you get some people saying he's still on a ventilator. You get other people saying he's off a ventilator. Like, you just don't know who to believe. All right. Hold on. All right. So she says, hopefully I'll feel like he will also want to be busy with his mom, stepdad, brothers, and sisters, and they will feed all this negative energy about me into him, which will only confirm everything he's been feeling. I truly feel like that is how it will be as well. I want him to be miserable down there. He will miss the kids and the dogs and the comforts of his life. He will miss the home-cooked meals, and the arguments he starts will begin to feel pretty. I'm sure she meant petty. He will miss you like crazy. She says, I hope. Trust me, he will feel their negativity. It's going to be an eye-opener. It's like I'm letting my husband go, and it's up to him whether we continue this or not. Okay, so that speaks volumes. She is afraid She is afraid that he's going to go hang out with his family and he is not going to love her anymore and he's going to want to leave her. And she is afraid that her husband is going to give up on her because of it. That kind of speaks volumes. Oh, hold on. And then Vaughn says, I think it's a good idea to stay here. She's attacking me, not allowing me to say anything, and yelling and cursing at me. I am about to literally go insane. Not, oh my gosh, what happened? Why is she yelling at you? She's taking every word I say and getting defensive. She punched the wall because she didn't like what I was saying, and now she's yelling that is not safe in the house with me, and she took the kids. She took the kids and left. She seemed so open to listening to you and being conscious of how you were perceiving what she was said, knowing she was already in a triggered mode. Did something happen after we got off that triggered her more? She didn't take off yet. She came back to argue. I told her to give me 5 minutes. After we got off the phone with you, she said what she took away from it. So did I. After she told me she had something to say to me, she started to tell me how she's mentally, then resumed to let me know how much I was a contributor in that. I shook that part off and was trying to apologize to her, to tell her that I never VVCC wanted that to happen. And I had good intentions in making sure she was comforted. Then she got upset. That I said that VS versed me, saying I didn't want to have bad intentions. After that, it was downhill. It sounds confusing, but it was like I couldn't say anything back without hurting her. I'm sorry, without it hitting back at me. I think I'll just let her go and cool off. Is that bad? I would reach out shortly to show care and concern to make sure she and the kids made it safely to wherever they were going. But talk about the return time in the morning. Did the kids see her punch the wall or hear her say anything about it not being safe there with you? I'll do that. They didn't see her punch the wall, but my guess would be that they thought I did it because she told them it wasn't safe. They didn't say anything, though. Hopefully, they didn't really hear or pay attention to what was said. Try to get some rest tonight and kind of decompress from tonight. Maybe spend a little time putting together some of your thoughts and feelings about what happened to give you an idea of things you want to make sure you're communicated. Here's my question, though. Why are there no dates on any of this? Like, even iPhone, Google, there would be dates on it. That's what I find sketchy. Like, on all of these texts, there's not one date or timestamp on any of them. I can't, there, see, finally, we got a timestamp. June 8th, 2019. Which I can understand. See, I don't know. I don't see why 2019 is so relevant. Nothing happened until 2022. I don't know. Maybe that's just me, though. Thank you, Monica. She yelled at me and told me I don't get to take certain things away from it. Okay, so they had a fight in 2019. There are live shows where she and he say it. Hey, Rocco. But you know what I mean, though? Like, I thought some of these were from 2022. This was 3 years ago. I mean, was this like the beginning of the end? If I'm texting back to back, it doesn't give a date. Okay. All right, and here's the other thing, though. Here's my other question. And I'm not doubting this, but how come every single text message says to Vaughn, but wouldn't...
Mom,
Hold on one second.
is the AC broken again?
No, you just gotta lower it.
It went up.
What?
It went up.
I put it up. Just lower it.
I set it to 71. I turned it off.
No. Do not sage 75.
It's up at 82.
Oh, I don't know why it's high.
Yeah, it was at 78 when I got home.
Did you touch anything else?
I turned it off cool.
No. Put it back to where it was and just change the temperature. All right. So he's in black. He's the one speaking in black. Wouldn't it be the other person in green? Which would mean the two Von McCrae would be in green? Follow me here. Think about that, though. Two Von McCrae is in green, but he's in black. It's not making sense. It has nothing to do with etiquette. But you get what I'm saying? Now, K-Rex, I don't mean he's black. I'm saying on the text messages. That he would be black. The other person would be green. But it says to Von McCrae in green. That doesn't make sense on any phone. Android or Google. So someone help me out with this. There are lives that line up with all this information, every single one of them. Okay. But do you get what I'm saying, though? That doesn't make sense? Copied from his phone. The person in green is messaging Vaughn. If someone isn't on iPhone, their name shows up. Yes, who I am texting. Exactly, Moonpatch. That's what I'm saying. But this is saying to Vaughn, but he's the one on the left side, which means he's the one that's texting. You know what I mean? The green should say from the sender, whoever that person is. That's what I'm thinking, Ivana. Because to Von McCrae would be the left side, right? I just want to make sure I'm not crazy. Well, we know I'm crazy, but... whoever sends out the text would be on the left side, not on the right side. He's on the left side. So how is it to Von McCrae if he's on the left side? You know what I mean? I'm saying it doesn't make sense to me. And like I said, I don't believe the creators that put this stuff out. The phone the person is sending is in green. The responder is black on iPhone. iPhone sending is right. It is? Hold on. No, it's not. And that's not really an iPhone bottom. Where's the rest of it? An old iOS. Okay. Maybe. All right. When I send out my messages on iPhone, mine is on the right and it's blue. Is it really? I don't know. I guess I'm always on the left. All right. You're right. My response is on the left. No, not your response. All right. So I'm wrong. It's okay. I'll admit when I'm wrong. All right. The thought of me wanting to go is why she did what she did. I told her I'm not determined to go, but she said if I do go, she doesn't want contact at all. Don't contact the girls. I needed to take a one-way ticket there. I do want to go because I feel it's good for me, but not if I'm just going so I can be told I'm running away and I can't contact anyone. How do you work with that? Plus, she doesn't ever want the conversation to come up again, or she will do it again. I'm glad that helped at least for a little. It is completely unfair for her to put those ultimatums on you. It's unfair to say you can't contact her or the children and that you need to book a one-way ticket if you go. That's kind of an indirect way to set you up and make sure you hurt her and the kids the way she seems to expect you if you leave to visit. I don't know much about her childhood and previous marriage. It's hard to say. Previous marriage. But there seems to be a lot of projection onto you right now from traumas and pain she has suffered in her life. Nothing other than my grandparents, what's left of my past life before this. I'm attached to this family and I prefer not to think of it. But even if it did come down to it and me and her separated, that would not stop me from wanting to be close to them. I want to tell her that. I just don't want to make matters worse. She's troubled on the inside and is scared. I know some of that I triggered with words I should not have said. I just want to restore what was lost in hope, and what she went through will never happen again. Maybe even help remove some of what possible. I'm not sure what other way I can approach it. In her child, I think it's someone local who could meet her a couple of times a week who's more specialized. I think that'd be a good idea. I can pitch it to her today when she isn't busy. I just want to tread lightly when it comes to that. That's a very sensitive subject. I agree it is. I would try to talk to her about it, but I feel like you know better how to approach it with her because of how sensitive the issue is. I feel like trying to help the issue, blah, 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 it's just going to be a temporary fix. That's pretty much it. Crazy. All right. So I also went way longer than I wanted to. My dad was too, and thank you to you guys too. Oh, being in the military? All right. So whoever I pulled that up for, you're welcome. But yeah, the conversation did take place. All right, so here's my synopsis, I guess you can call it. Here's my true synopsis. I believe she was a complete narcissist. I believe that she was completely controlling. I also believe that she may not necessarily wanted him dead, but she definitely did not want him to leave. Do I think that she actually cut him down? No, I don't. And why don't I believe that? Where's the chair? She said that she had to bring a chair over to cut him down. Well, how did he hang himself then? What chair did he use, or how did he get up? So that's the one question that's been eating at me for a couple of days now. They never talk about a chair, because she talks about how she had to bring a chair over to cut him down. Well, how did he hang himself then? So that's been sticking in me. And that's been a question I haven't been able to get an answer to, is how'd she get him down? I mean, how did he get up there? Why would he do it in the house? Hey, Janie, why would he do this thinking that his kids could have walked in? I understand about being depressed. I understand about being, feeling like you have no way out or you don't know how you're going to get out. But he loved those kids. Why would he do it in the house with his children where his kids could have walked in? Now, like I said, I am new to this case, and we all know why I started covering it. So there's still a lot I need to learn and a lot I need to know, and I'm the first to admit that. But all the questions that I do have from the stuff that I have looked into, and I'm not talking stuff that I got from other people, I mean stuff that I've looked into, that is the one overriding question that I have not been able to find an answer to. How did he hang himself? If he hung himself, how did he do it? Because the police reports, nothing ever says, yeah, she said there was a wobbly chair that she brought over to the middle of whatever to climb up on there and cut him down. So she had to bring it over. If he hung himself, she wouldn't need to bring anything over. It would have been right there. So, and she wouldn't even mention a chair. That's possible too. It could be someone else there. But that's the one question I can't seem to get an answer to. Well, I would imagine there's probably rope in a shed. But where was the chair? Where did she have a knife in her hand? Did she, I don't know. What did he tie himself to in the shed? I know, the middle beam, but he was 6'3"? Yeah, but if he kicked it, I think that would have been noted that she stated there was an overturned chair. Exactly. Even if he kicked it, it still would have been right there. True that. Right there, but you'd still have to move it. Maybe. You wouldn't have to move it. You would. All right, so let me ask you guys this. If you have to take a chair and stand it up, would you say that you had to move it? Or would you say that you had to stand it up? He wanted to get away for his own well-being. I agree. But would he do it in the same house as his kids? Even in the shed? It says that the shed is 7 feet tall and he was 6'3". So he still could have hung himself, but... Yeah, but she would have... If there was a stool or something to climb up on... She wouldn't have had to bring over another stool. She probably could have done it on a stool. He didn't need a chair if ceiling was 7 feet and he was... Well, that's a good point too. He was a Marine. He could pull himself up on a beam. Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. Actually, I never thought of that, but that's actually a pretty good point. You'd say I picked the chair up. Yeah, but Be Botanical has an excellent point that he was a Marine. He could probably jump up on a beam and tie a noose. I never even thought of that, but that's true. He may not have needed a beam. He may not have needed anything. That's a good point. He was pretty upset his world was falling apart. But his world wasn't falling apart. She made him believe it. But his world really wasn't falling apart. He just had no money. But I mean, honestly, he could have taken her to court. Let me tell you, the train hard. He can get anywhere and do it. Yeah. No, that is a really, really good point. I honestly didn't think of that. He could have felt it was his only way out, but he's a Marine. He was talking to people. It's not like he wasn't talking to anybody. Unless he was just that brainwashed. She said she used his knife, but she always... Yeah, she did always have... She always carries a knife. She seems histrionic. Maybe not hysterical, but more histrionic. I don't know. I'm going to look more into it. I don't think he was ready to give up. See, I don't think so either. But I would like to see their text messages from 2022, not 2019. I'll let you guys in on a little secret. I've been playing both sides. I'm trying to get her on. So if you guys see my videos magically disappear, it's probably because she finally said yes. But I do want to hear from her. I want to hear her side. I want to hear what she's got to say. You know, everyone's talking about him, but I want to know what she's got to say. Maybe she wants to look like she's trying... Oh, I think so. I definitely think so. They were both abusing Kratom. It was obvious on their lives. I'll agree with that, Wonder. Suicide in the military is so common. Yeah, but he wasn't in the military anymore. He hadn't been in the military in a while. And that's another thing I want to ask you guys. Think about this. And this is for military. Just for military people. Answer this. If you're honorably discharged because you got hurt or something, can't you go back in? If he wanted to get away from her, couldn't he have re-enlisted in the military? Is that possible that he could have re-enlisted? Exactly, Monica. Oh, I would give her a fair shot. Because I'm not convinced that she did this. I'm not convinced she didn't, but I'm not convinced she did. Not to do social media right now. Even if we did it off record, he can't. He definitively couldn't. Too much of a liability. Oh, that's right, because he already had seizures. But what about before 2019? She did a live on someone's channel a couple weeks ago. Yeah, but when did he get the disability? He got the seizures in 2019, according to what everyone's saying. So what about before? He got out of the military way before that. She was a kratom and flowers like a punishment for the kids. Someone's being hyper and said he needs to toss and wash. Yeah, Crime Watch, what channel? Even on honorable discharge? Because I thought honorable discharge is different. Probably could have went to the army though, and they would have possibly accepted him and ranked him up. Maybe. Yeah, if he was discharged for a knee injury, I think they would have taken him back. Manny behind the mic has the video. We're doing a live. Oh, she did a live with Unmasked? He was probably considered medically separated. He was probably diagnosed PTSD. Well, I thought she was the one that kept saying that he had PTSD, but nobody else did. Yeah, he was 29, but nobody else did. I thought that was her. Because don't forget, he was seeing a psychiatrist for a little while. That's why she said he changed. But I also don't think he was scared of her like people are making it out to be. Okay, once discharged medically, not USMC, but he gets paid until he passes amount about 32. Is that 3,200 a month or 3,200 in total? Different from Vanessa. All right, Manny behind the mic. I'm not sure. That's what I'm saying, Nicole. I feel the same way. I don't know if she did. I don't know if she didn't. You know, just like her being a narcissist, yeah, she's definitely a narc and all about her. You can see that in all her videos. But did she kill him? Did she know consciously what she was doing? I can't make that decision yet. I just don't know. Okay, once he passes, nothing. Oh, she gets it as long as... Okay, so that kind of goes back to my other theory that he's worth more to her alive than dead. And that she wouldn't want him dead because then she no longer brings in this money, right? Which is what I said in the very beginning. Because he was sticking up for himself after seeing the therapist. Yes. Nobody knows but her and Vaughn. True. He chose to go out on medical discharge. I heard she wanted him out of the military. Okay. I don't know, like, there's not enough video of him to show his personality. We see her all the time, but I don't see him too much. But, I mean, I don't get the impression he was afraid of her. I did, Kim. I just can't check text while I'm on a live. His son received money after death. Even if they had divorced, then she would have still gotten part of that money. Her and the kids. Maybe. Not necessarily, because she's making more money than he is. And that's another thing I keep thinking. There is more of him? Yeah, I would love that, Be Botanical. Because I haven't been able to find much on him other than like him being in a background. Yeah, I don't think he was afraid of her. I don't think that he specifically was... I think it was confused, really. Small amount for his kid if he dies, but does it? I'm sure he does have life insurance. I'm sure she made sure he has life insurance. There's a ton of videos of him alone without her, or just him in the background. She would have fought him for custody and pocketed child support. But she makes more money than he does. So that's why I tend to believe this may not be about money. I don't know what it's about. Maybe control. Only if he is retired. He was only active duty for 8 years before knee injury. Yeah, there are survivor benefits, depending on how much he made. But he was young. So, all right. I'm going to shut down now because we could go on for another hour and a half. But I got to get going. And, of course, I went like 3 hours instead of going like an hour. You think the kids acted afraid of her? Oh, I absolutely agree with that, Be Botanical. She needs to let his family see him. And that's what I was saying last night, that you don't get a second chance once somebody dies. You just don't. And the fact that she's trying to control that, like he's never going to die, you know, if she's not a narcissist and she has any amount of if she can feel guilt, I guess you can say, you can't get another chance. You can't get that point to say, you know, I love you, or I'm going to miss you, or you can let go, or something. You only get that one time. And that's where I feel justice needs to be done. His family deserves to be with him as much as possible. No ifs, ands, buts, maybes about it. That's where I feel justice is most important, that whether she did this or not does not take away the fact his family, his brothers, his sisters, his grandparents, they all deserve to speak to him and talk to him, especially since they lost so many years. Humanity, exactly. But they absolutely deserve to spend time with him, 150%. And the family does care, and you don't get that second chance, you know. And if she's a narcissist, she doesn't care anyway, but she's trying to play this game like he's gonna live forever, or she's trying to play this game. And you know what, maybe that's why she's keeping him alive. Maybe she's honestly keeping him alive so she has a reason to play this game with his family, or even with her, you know, their grandchildren. But in my feeling, justice for Vaughn definitely has to take in mostly that his family deserves to spend time with him. And she is 100% wrong about that. 100% wrong. And again, even if you believe she did it or you believe she didn't do it, I think everybody is in unison when it comes to his family has a right to spend time with him. So her own people need to tell her that. Her own people need to point that out, that, you know what, no matter what, you just don't get another chance, period. You just don't. And anyone that's had a sudden death knows that feeling. They know what it's like, that you just can't get that second chance. And once he's gone forever. So it will come back to her. But like I said, even if she didn't do anything, the fact that she's not allowing the family to see him is vile. And it's wrong on so many levels. So many levels. And again, unless you've lost somebody, you may not understand that feeling. But when you lose anybody that's lost someone suddenly and didn't get that chance, feels for his family. Exactly. Dre's followers, if you care, help her to see that his family will not get another chance. And he may not even realize that they are there now, but I think he might. I don't know. But time is ticking. Travels for where, though? And I know she's getting a lot of donations, but what are the donations for? Exactly, Rudy. You just don't. But even if he lives, if he's brain dead, he can only live so long before either the insurance won't pay for it anymore or something. You know what I mean? Like, you only have so much time before the hospital cuts it off, before you realize you can't do it. Oh, ha ha ha. All right. It is 9 p.m. Why is she not letting his family see him? Because she's a control freak. Travel from Georgia to Arizona. Oh, okay, because he's in Arizona. You don't need $6,000 for that, though. Just saying. And if family can't move him because she has full control. Probate attorney, mom can't afford travel. He isn't coming. They drove to Arizona from Georgia for attorney's fees. 8 months. Damn. It does seem like just yesterday. Dre is the controller of body, soul. Okay. So, question. Be botanical. Probate attorney, mom can't afford travel. He isn't coming home. Then someone said they drove from Arizona to Georgia and for attorney's fees. You mean they drove from Georgia to Arizona? Nicole, someone has to. That's why. That's the whole reason I picked up this case, is someone has to. Travel, attorney fees, and so forth. He's been moved. Yeah, I know he's been moved 5 times because the family, Dre is keeping the family from seeing them. It's $56,000, and I'm sure it's for travel and attorney and hotel while there. Okay. Von took care. See, Wonder Twin, I agree with that. Okay, so the family drove, so they don't need airfare. And what is the attorney for? Is the attorney for them to see him? Is the attorney for, like, what is the attorney actually for? Oh, I agree, Daffodil. But what is the attorney? Is the attorney to get her off because mom should be the point to go to? She had a restraining order over the mom, against the mom, wasn't true. To see it. No. Probate attorney to gain access. Okay. So, yeah, that costs money. Okay, so now I'm kind of putting this together. Correct me if I'm wrong, those of you that have been following. And if it's attorney for visiting, I can see why it's costly. To gain legal rights, yeah, that has to be paid up front. But correct me if I'm wrong here. So, Dre is putting this big X on the family seeing him. The family wants to go out there and get power of attorney. If you show that they were getting a divorce anyway, and you show that they were leaving and they were splitting up, then shouldn't the angle be on, and there's no current crime against Dre, then shouldn't we really be focused on the legal aspect of it that we already know? The legal aspect of this is why the family deserves power of attorney? Wouldn't that be smarter than just bashing Dre? What are your thoughts? For those of you that have, like, Be Botanical and Crime Watch, and those of you that have really followed it. Okay, but even, is the grandmother still alive? Because even the grandmother. Yeah, but we don't know why mom gave up custody. And he still has brothers and sisters. She needs to see the line. Oh, I absolutely agree, Ruby. I believe she's admitted docs are telling her she's denying him things he needs. I believe she's admitted. You guys get what I'm saying? Like, I see everybody so focused on bashing Dre. Putting him here. He did this. And it's become a shit show, honestly. But maybe taking the angle of proving why the family, grandmother, mother, somebody, deserves the power of attorney makes more sense than just bashing Dre. What do you guys, am I right? Yeah, the father has rights too. Are they together? And it really, how old is the kid? Isn't his kid above 14? His kid's not a little kid, if I remember. Well, no, his kid wouldn't be 14 if he was only 29. Von lived with mom from age 7 on. Dre spun that. Grandma's in a facility with Alzheimer's. Oh, okay. Yeah, his mom deserves power of attorney. Period. End of story. She does. No ifs, ands, buts, maybes about it. She deserves power of attorney. The father and mother are not even on same side. Why? What is the dad did? Yeah, I heard the dad did visit. Mom was 15. She warned Von not to marry Dre because she didn't want him to give up his childhood. So this is revenge 2 years old. Oh, his kid's only 2. For some reason, I thought his kid was older. I don't know why. I just did. I don't know. I just feel like when it comes to death, when it comes to this kind of situation, unless your mom is a drug addict on the streets shooting dope, I really think family should hold more power than a wife or a husband. Just my opinion. And I know not everyone would agree with me, especially married people. But I do. I just feel like if your mom is still alive, or your mom is, or dad, I just say mom because my dad's dead, but if I was on a ventilator, I would definitely want my mother having that power over, let's say, a husband. You know? Yeah, I knew there were older kids. I just couldn't remember who. There's a video of her trying to deny that. Yeah, I saw that. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like in a situation like this, mom should absolutely have power of attorney, not Dre. Like, a wife shouldn't hold over a mom. Yeah, a lot of people say that, Mountain Vibes. Probate is nearly impossible. They just want to hold their baby. She should... I agree. That's why everyone is focusing on her, because it's nasty behavior. No, I get it, B, but I think that the focus needs to be on getting the power of attorney, not fighting amongst creators, not threatening creators, just making it where, you know, I don't know. I know what I mean. It's just not coming out right. I just feel like the focus needs to be on her, the family seeing him. Because, again, you don't get another chance. I love my husband. I trust him 100%. For some reason, he didn't think it was in my best interest. I would trust him with my life. Okay, but what, Nicole, what if you were getting divorced? What if you were fighting? What if his death was sketchy? Would you still want him over power? Or would you rather trust your family? You're saying, like, if their marriage was great right now, you know, that would be different. Everyone should definitely have a chance to say goodbye. I agree with you, Laura, making mom. Yeah. Give the parents rights. Absolutely. And I don't think she wants to kill her kids, though. I don't think she wants to get rid of her children. I think she just wanted to get rid of him, maybe. And I say maybe because, like I said, I'm convinced that it's shady. I'm convinced that it's sketchy. I'm just not convinced that she purposely did this with the intention of him dying. I'm not 100% convinced of that. The bio mom hasn't shown up. Oh, really? She does need to allow access. I totally agree. So the bio mom hasn't shown up yet. Any reason? That's kind of weird. She just wants them to sleep all the time, allegedly. Oh. No, the hospital can only step in if they're there. Like, they did step in with the father. Because I saw that video. She found out online about her son. CPS needs to look at Dre as a mom. I don't know. Kids seem pretty well behaved, though. She's on the highway right now. She's driving through Texas. Well, that's good. She's son YouTube under Andrew McCray. Biomom is driving down. It's a 29-hour drive. Ouch. I don't know. Her one kid was really cute when she was talking about the passion flower stuff. But I also don't believe in giving kids stuff like that at that young. And I'm all about alternatives, but not, that's a little too young. Yeah, the restraining order against it's so weird. I couldn't even imagine not being able to say goodbye because some psycho ex-wife is having it like that. Hell no. It does happen often. I agree. All right, but I got to shut down. My half-hour live went to 2.5 hours. I love you guys. This is a kind of case that you want to talk about. So I am all for doing an open panel maybe later after I get done with what I got to do because I'm sure I'll be like thinking a lot. So maybe I'll do an open panel later because, like I said, it is a kind of case that you just want to talk about. So we'll see what happens. I take kratom and natural things, but I would never give it to my children. Yeah, I can't see giving kratom to kids. Do not contact CPS. They have been... Yeah, please don't contact CPS. But my people usually don't, but I agree with that. Please don't contact CPS. So, all right. I'll see you guys later. Have a wonderful night. And thank you guys for Super Chats, PayPals, candle orders, texts, and everything in between. And I will see you guys later. If not, I will see you guys tomorrow. And I'll talk to you later. Peace.